idea. Okay? So these are more traditional comprehension questions. If you want to really encourage students critical thinking, personal opinions, why not try more personal response and evaluative questions? For example, what do you think Greta, what do you think about, sorry, what do you think about Greta starting her climate strike at such a young age? Okay? Do you believe Fridays for Future, excuse me, movement, the Fridays for Future movement is an effective way to encourage climate action? Why or why not? Ask them why or why not. Okay, so you understand their rationale, their true opinion. Oh, sorry. Okay. How well do you think Greta's speeches have helped in getting stronger climate action from world leaders? Okay, so these are more, the last one is more evaluative. So students have to make a judgment. Okay, they have to make a judgment. What do you think about the personal response questions? Are they interesting? Are they engaging? Right from the chat box. Engaging, yes. More engaging for sure, yes. So it goes beyond the other set of questions, go beyond what is written on the text, right? So the first set of questions, students only need to skim and scan, and they find the answer, right? Okay, good. Let's see another example. So let's have a look at some tasks that generate authentic communication. Can you think of tasks that generate authentic communication? What kind of tasks? So a little hint for you. Think about task-based learning. Okay, do you like task-based learning? Yeah. So what kind of tasks? Great. So if you think about the task-based approach, what kind of tasks do you think generate authentic communication? Okay, storytelling, yes. Information gap, great. Role play, well done. Storytelling, and now we'll see an example. Okay. Problem solving tasks. Ranking tasks, right? Information gaps, someone mentioned, information gaps, debates, and role plays, right? Excellent, excellent. So, a little task, let's do a little task with you. Okay. Which kind of task is this? Okay. I'll read for you, for those who are struggling to read. So imagine you propose this task in the classroom. You divide students into two groups. One group argues for the use of electric cars as a primary form of transportation, while the other argues for traditional petrol cars. Encourage students to use facts and opinions to support their arguments. What kind of task is it? Is it storytelling, problem solving, ranking, information gap, debates, or role play? What is it? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Yes, very good. Debate. Yes, because they're going to take two. One group is going to take one stance, and the other group another one, and they have to make their argument. Right? Great. Okay, that is a debate. A healthy debate, by the way. A healthy debate. Okay, great. Next one. Oops. Sorry. Next one. Divide the class into 2 groups again to plan a surprise party for a classmate. One group knows the guest honor's favorite food, okay, music and available dates, while the other group knows venue and catering options, okay? They must ask each other questions to organize the party without revealing the event's purpose to the guests of honor. What is it? What kind of task is it? Okay. Ooh, some different answers here. So the key sentence is this one, guys. The key sentence is they must ask each other questions. So when they ask each other questions, they don't know something that you know. I don't know something that you know, and you know something that I don't know. What kind of, yes, very good. Information gap. Okay, so there is a gap, and I want to fill that gap. I want to find out what that information is. That's an information gap task. Okay, great. Another one. All right. So give students a scenario where they're organizing a business trip for their team. Okay. They must choose the most suitable travel arrangements, accommodation, activities within a set budget. Okay. You give them a budget, considering different team members' preferences and travel restrictions. So it's not whatever. Okay. There are some people have some preferences and there are some travel restrictions. They should discuss and agree on a final plan that meets everyone's needs. What kind of task is it? Yes, problem solving. That's it. Very good. So they must solve that puzzle, that problem, which is organizing a business trip. Yeah, it's problem solving. Very good. Next one. Okay, next one is set up a scenario where one student plays a customer returning a faulty product to a shop, and the other one plays the shop manager. Very good, guys. Provide guidelines on the problem with the product and shop's return policy. So you allow students to navigate the conversation to reach a solution. You don't tell the students what the solution is, okay? They have to come up with the solution themselves. Negotiate. So what is it? In a way, problem solving, but I wouldn't say that's the main focus. The main focus here is role play, because they might not agree on anything, right? So we don't know what the outcome is. It will be, right? So in this case, this is a role play task. Okay. We don't know what kind of outcome there will be. Okay, great. And I think that's the last one. Imagine your friends are coming over for a film night. Provide a list of film genres: comedy, thriller, action, romance, sci-fi, documentary, etc. Okay? So you have all these options on Netflix. Have students rank based on what would be most enjoyable for the group and justify their rankings to each other before deciding on which film they're going to watch. What kind of task is that? Let's see. Yeah, very good, everyone. Ranking. Yes, that's the word here, right? Ranking. But I was hoping that you didn't notice. But yeah, that's a ranking activity. I have to admit that this is one of my favorite tasks. It's one of my favorite, because there's no right or wrong. It's students really decide, and they have to come up with an explanation, a rationale. So I really like that. Do you like ranking activities? It could be fun, yeah? Can you think of another ranking activity? Very, very simple. They have to rank what? Foods. Yeah, I like that. Persuasion, yes, yes. Holiday destination, yeah. Okay, the weather. Which country has the worst weather? The UK would be the first one. Yeah, and okay, great. Books, yeah, the most engaging books. Rank the most engaging books for children and the least engaging books for children, right? So there's so many options that we can, ranking activities, ranking tasks that we can create. Yeah, great. Okay. Oh, there's one more. I forgot about that. Okay, that's the last one for sure. Ask students to pick an object they love. It could be, yeah, in this case, an object, but it could be anything, okay? And create a short story about a memorable experience related to that object. Encourage them to share their stories with the class, focusing on expressive language and detailed descriptions. And students can ask questions while yeah, very good, storytelling. Yes, yes. Okay, great, storytelling. Excellent. Which one would you like? Which of these tasks would you like to try in your classroom next week, if you had the chance? Which task? Which role play? Okay, role play, storytelling, problem solving. Oh, so many information gap. Nobody said ranking. Okay, there are some rankings one. Okay, great. Yeah, you see, so you don't need a course book to create a task and to propose that to students, do you? You don't need. Okay, great. Fab. All right, and yes, okay. And this is an idea of you for you to provide structured feedback on learners' emergent language. Okay. I got this from I watched my friend Richard Chin's talking about emergent language. By the way, he is amazing, Richard Chin. Okay, if you want to know all about emergent language, check out his work online, blog posts, and etc. And he provided this little excuse me table, and this is also on their book. So how can you give feedback? How can you respond to learners' emergent language? So what you said, so let's say your student said, my first day of work was very nervous, something like that. So this is exactly what students said. And then you can reformulate that very sentence, okay? I was really nervous on my first day at work. It was nerve-wracking. And so then you're presenting this adjective, nerve-wracking, that perhaps they might not know. And then use that new language in another context. Taking the final exam was nerve-wracking. So they can see that the piece of language being used in a different context. Sorry. Make a question in practice. Make a question with that word and get students to practice. Can you describe an experience that was nerve-wracking for you? So you see, this is a personal response question. I have no idea what the student is going to say, but hopefully they will understand that nerve-wracking, nerve-wracking experience. Okay? And then you can provide related lexes or chunks with that new language. A nerve-wracking experience, to be on the edge, have butterflies in one's stomach. So similar lexes. Okay, so that's one way to provide structured feedback on learners' emergent language. Right, and let's have a look at other materials that you can use in the classroom. How much time do I have? I have a few more minutes. Okay, so I'm going to show you different materials and different activities that you can do in the classroom. Okay, so you can use authentic texts. Okay, this one was this is a adapted version from the conversation, the site, the news site, the conversation. Okay, so just a very a quite regular text about speed limit. Okay, that's an authentic text. Text, by the way. I adapted it with ChatGPT. I wanted to make it shorter, so I used ChatGPT for that. So that's the text, okay? What can you do with this text? Let me stop sharing. What could you do with that text? What kind of questions, what kind of activities? Create a debate, okay? Create a debate. Running dictation, yeah? Okay. Agree, okay, right? Cut into chunks and then analyze vocabulary. Yes, okay, great. Right, let me share again and I will give you share some ideas with you. So, a text that you can find online, right? If you want to adapt, you might want to use ChatGPT for that, to summarize it, to make it easier, perhaps depending on student level. There you go. Remember, personal response questions. So I'm going to ask some personal response questions rather than traditional comprehension questions. Okay? So these are some personal response questions. So you see here the words that I highlighted. Do you think? So I want students' opinion. Do you think lower speed limits in your neighborhood would make a positive difference? Why or why not? How might a 20 miles per hour, so that's about 32 kilometers, speed limit affect your daily travel? That's a very interesting question, don't you think? I would hate I would hate having to drive at that speed limit. What about you? How would you answer that second question? How would you answer that second question, guys? So let's see. Mohammed said it would be horrendous to be limited at that. Yes, I agree, Mohammed. Deborah said I would have to get up earlier in the morning. Yes, yeah. Great. Oh, really, Chloe? You're living in Edinburgh, and it is like that. Oh, wow. Okay. So you see, you were sharing your personal experiences, right? And that's amazing. That's very engaging. Another question: do you believe? So look at this chunk. Do you believe? I'm asking for students' opinion. Okay, do you believe that safety benefits of a 20 mile per hour speed limit outweigh the potential delays? It's a very interesting question. Why? Okay. And an evaluative question. In your opinion, how could the a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit affect local businesses and transportation. How would that affect? Think about both good and bad effects. Okay? So again, here I want learners' opinion, judgment, assumptions. I want to hear. Right? Okay, great. Now, other materials other resources that you can use are images and stories. So can you recognize the first image? By the way, these are my own photos. Okay? I want you to ask me questions about the first image and the second image. Okay, so suppose you are my students. I want you to ask me questions about the first image. Who is singing? That's not a singer. Good question, but it's not a singer. He is a comedian. He's a comedian. I went to a stand-up comedy. I did enjoy very much, Chloe. Yes. Nobody asked about the name of the comedian. You might know this comedian. Did you have fun? Yes, I did. Where was it? It was in Birmingham. It was in Birmingham Arena. It is Bassem. Do you know Bassem? Egyptian-American comedian. What was he talking about? Oh, he made so many jokes about... I cannot share, but it was really nice. Political jokes. Okay. So great. Bassem Youssef. That's it. Bassem Youssef. Love him. Love him. Okay. Second image. What's the connect? Oh, I really like that, Piali. Oh, wow.